When we say the word worm, the first thing that comes in mind is a creepy, slimy, and a disgusting crawling creature. Worms look gross and ugly, but did you know that having worms in your soil is an indication of healthy soil? Well, this surprised us too. Someone who does not know much about worms would think that worms are crawling creatures that live in the soil. However, some worms make living organisms like humans and animals their host to live. You read that right? Now that you have brought yourself here to get to know everything there is to know about worms, let's start with the basics. Platyhelminths are the simplest animals that are bilaterally symmetrical. They are tryphoblastic, which means they have 3 fundamental layers of cells. They are more commonly known as the flatworms. As the name indicates, flatworms have a flat body. Moreover, their bodies are soft and unsegmented. They do not have any body cavity except the gut. Smaller forms may even lack a gut. They do not have an anus as well. The ingestion and excretion of food both are through the single pharyngeal opening. Despite having no cavity and a flat body, their gastrovascular cavity is very well developed. Since their bodies do not have any cavity, the gut of larger flatworms is densely branched to ensure that food and nutrition are transported to all parts of the body. Owing to the fact that the flatworms have a flat body and no cell is too far from the outside, they respire by the process of diffusion through the body surface. The excretory system of flatworms has protonephridia with the flame. A primitive nervous system is present. Flatworms are hermaphrodites. Sexual reproduction takes place by fusion of gametes. In a few species of flatworms, asexual reproduction takes place through the process of regeneration and fission. The fertilization occurs within the body. Most of the flatworms are parasites, with only a few types of worms in this group free living. Nematodes are more commonly known as roundworms or human whipworms. They are extremely abundant. There are as many as 90,000 individual nematodes in one rotting apple. They have bilaterally symmetrical bodies that are surrounded by a flexible and strong non-cellular layer, which is called a cuticle. The body plan of nematodes is simple. The epidermal cells secrete the cuticle which covers them. Muscle cells are present under the epidermal cells which run in a longitudinal direction. Nematodes lack a true coelom. They have a pseudocoel instead. This pseudocoel is formed from the cavity of blastula directly, rather than from folding or division of mesoderm. The cavity is small and filled with oviducts or testes, and an intestine mostly. They possess a simple nervous system with a ring of nervous tissue present around the pharynx. This gives rise to ventral and dorsal nerve cords that run through the length of the body. Nematodes do not possess any cilia or flagella. The locomotion of nematodes is by the contraction of the longitudinal muscles. The internal pressure of their body is high, which causes their body to flex and not flatten. As a result, they move by thrashing back and forth. There are specialized cells for excretion of nitrogenous wastes in some nematodes, while in others, canal alone, or canals with these specialized cells are present. They do not have flame cells. Many species of nematodes are free-living. They play significant ecological roles as predators on microorganisms and as decomposers. Some nematodes are parasites that affect humans directly and at times indirectly through domestic animals. Parasitic nematodes include roundworms, Trichuris trichiura, hookworms, pinworms, and filarial worms. They cause common infections in humans, such as roundworm infection, filariasis and onchocerciasis, river blindness, and trichuriasis. The group Annelida includes earthworms, leeches, and polychaete worms. These types of worms are segmented. Term segmented means that their bodies are made from segments that are formed by subdivisions, partially transecting their body cavities. It is also termed as metamerism. Each segment contains a nervous system, circulatory system, and the excretory system. Segmentation increases the efficiency of movement. as it allows muscle contraction to be localized. The body wall of annelids is made up of circular and longitudinal muscle fibers that are surrounded by an acellular, moist cuticle. The cuticle is excreted by the epidermal epithelium. All members of this group, except leeches, have setae that are chitinous, hair-like projections from the cuticle. Sometimes, the setae are located on appendages that look like paddles. These are called parapodia. These species are schizocolous, having a large, well-developed true coelom, lined with mesoderm. Setae partially subdivides the cellum in all members of this group except leeches. Hydrostatic pressure across all segments is maintained. This helps maintain the rigidity of the body, allowing the contraction of muscles to bend the body instead of collapsing it. Annelids have well-developed internal organs. They have a segmentally arranged, closed circulatory system. The digestive system in annelids is complete, along with a nus and a mouth. The skin serves as the medium for gaseous exchange. Some species may have specialized gills or modified parapodia to carry out this function. Each segment has a separate pair of nephridia. The nervous system of annelids includes a pair of cephalic ganglia that are attached to double nerve cords. These nerve cords run along the length along the ventral body wall. Each segment of the body has ganglia and branches. Annelids also have a combination of chemoreceptors, tactile organs, photoreceptors, and balance receptors. Some species may also have well-developed eyes and lenses. Annelids are found in a variety of habitats, including terrestrial, marine, and freshwater environments. They can be active predators or passive filter feeders. A tapeworm, a type of flatworm, can infest humans by water. If you happen to drink contaminated water which has tapeworm eggs or its larvae, you are most likely to get a tapeworm infection. Another way in which tapeworms can make their way into human bodies is by eating raw or uncooked meat. Tapeworms attach their heads to the walls of the intestine, and they remain there. They produce eggs from the same place. These eggs mature into larvae and can migrate to other parts of the body. A tapeworm looks like a very long, white-colored ribbon. They can grow to be as big as 80 feet. It is hard to believe, but it is true. Most shockingly, they can live in a human body for as long as 30 years.